Kigenyi. Yesterday, while sitting, the House or the Speaker referred an issue to this committee to be interrogated relating to the demolition of a portion of Owino Market. And she was very specific in the reference, saying KCCA is appearing before COSASE tomorrow, which is today, 18th March 2026. You are now required to tell us about the demolition of a portion of Owino Market. Who demolished? Demolition requires your permission. Did you permit anyone? Have you taken interest? Owino Market is a public infrastructure in your hands. Tell us about that demolition. The second issue, again, which was referred, was about the compensation for the victims of both Chitezi and the floods. Now, I am alive to the fact that the issue of the channel was referred to another subcommittee or committee. We are now talking about the floods and the victims that were promised compensation. How far with the compensation? Was there another issue apart from floods and Owino? Honorable Olamboli Elgon?
Elgon knows, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, and then...
what do you mean by ongoing demolitions? Because I think we need to be specific. Yes.
At Owino. Then when the team went there, instead of rescuing the affected traders, they gave an extra order to demolish whatever was remaining. Because we saw it as Ugandans, as concerned citizens, that they were going there to rescue the affected traders, having demolished part of their buildings. But instead, again, they gave an extra order to finish everything.
Okay.
So we need that clarification as members of parliament and also to Ugandans.
The country needs answers. Honorable Kasolo?
While on the floor, the road mayor-elect also raised the critical issue that life was lost during the demolition. It will be important that the ED clarifies on that matter.
Peter?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, there was also the issue of fires in Katwe. That one also came up. We wanted to know
the fire that gutted Katwe
Market and the fires that have been going on in various markets. If we could also make the country know.
Okay.
And if there is any forensic audit they have carried out for the fires in the market.
That is between Monday and today? A forensic audit?
No, Honorable Chair,
in relation
the fires.
To the fires.
Gutting markets across the city.
Okay. Mr. Speculations that whenever a market is banned, the rebuilding is by one individual as opposed to the government policy of giving the market to the users, to the market, to the vendors. That's number one. Number two, I also remember that the people in Owino actually were given a lease or sublease. And they did the construction on their own, isn't it? For the stalls. But are they called stalls or something? So you will advise us. I saw another hand. Honorable Cooper?
Oh. It's about when he talked about the contradiction. I think the issue, to put more clarity, was when the building was demolished. KCCA first denied that we didn't give permission, but when they went there, they gave no permission to finish the whole. I think that is the clarification.
And who? Mr. Kigenyi will tell us. No, Elgon North? No. Buzaya.
Reports.
Such that
Thank
Parliament
you.
does not trade in rumors.
Yes, there are reports that you gave out Nachivubo Central Settlement and Nachivubo Blue primary schools.
Those schools are under threat.
Yes, they are under threat. So we want to know as Parliament if that is true. And so we forge a way forward. And
No, and you tell us why.
of course, they will have to explain why they would risk schools.
Why you're finishing all public schools?
And secondly, there is a big issue of vendors, and part of the vendors are people who build on the road reserves. And we are wondering if you have an enforcement team to deal with people building in road reserves, because they build there and 10 years, 20 years, you're looking on, and later on you come to demolish their small buildings, and then politics come in, and then it becomes another matter, when the real matter was why they settled on road reserves and why did you accept them for
that
that
they
long
built
time.
there.
They built there, road reserves. What plans do you have for road reserves in this town? Thank you.
Okay.
9 broad questions, and I will try to respond to them urgently. The first question refers to the demolition of a part of St. Balukudembe Market, formerly Owino Market, that happened on the 7th day of March 2026. It is true, Mr. Chairman and members, that by the time this happened, Kampala Capital City Authority was neither in the know and did not therefore give authority for the demolition of that part of the market. The executive director in person was on site when she had this news up to about 4 a.m. 4 a.m. in the morning of 8th March. As a result, that is why the buildings did not go down completely. This was a matter of public concern.
So she halted.
She halted the demolition processes. We raised the technical questions. She set up a team, which team is of multi-agency composition of the Ministry of Works, Ministry KCCA, and the developer to go and investigate what had happened. A report was written on the 12th of March, and that report had raised serious issues of concern. And Mr. Chairman, I'll give a copy of this to.
Who is the developer? Let's remove the doubt by having the report, the document also. You'll need it. Actually, yes. It is. Okay, who is the demolisher?
Mr. Chairman, is Kiham.
Yes. That is the question that has been asked. I don't want to rephrase it.
Well, that is New English, but we were speaking.
Who demolished?
It was developed by. It was demolished by Kiham.
Okay. With permission?
Without permission.
Honorable Chinyamatama, you want to be on record with your question?
We want to look at the certificate that gave him permission to demolish.
There was no permission.
Oh.
So you can't.
Mr. Chairman, may I
Yes.
proceed?
Yes. No, before you proceed, you gave me this document. I have to put it on record for the... this is a memorandum.
Because I know that thing in detail, and I don't want to get a conflict. But specifically, no. But
I think you have asked your question. Let us
yes, that's
receive the
question.
answer.
Building that was demolished forms part of the St. Balkudembe market, which is a public market.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. Whether the KCCA or whoever owned the building had a building permit.
Not confirmed now. If you give us opportunity.
That's correct.
Thank you.
You have up to close of business today. That's actually
On the second, because that letter you read, I think has 2 parts, 3. So let me concentrate on the building, which was partially demolished and finally. Is that the one you are saying is owned by
Kiham.
Kiham? Is that the one owned by Kiham? The one which was partially demolished on the 7th and then?
No, not owned. He has said what was demolished was a portion of the public market.
Public market.
St. Balkudembe.
Yes. Yeah. So if it was a public building now, which means it was KCCA building. So who demolished it? Because it's your property. If it's your property, who demolished it? But at the same time, at night, even now you have confirmed to us that the ED was there up to 4 a.m., which means we worked at night. So we wanted to know, but also in that concluding letter you are talking about, say, there was permission, but there was no certificate. There was permission to demolish, but there was no certificate for demolition.
Reread and re-listen to this.
Please.
The development of the ongoing works as permitted. Now, the ongoing works relate to the channel. Okay, let's understand it. The following were observed. Some areas of construction deviate from the approved drawings.
Chair, I'm not there. I'm on
the demolished building.
The one which was demolished partially, and then people complained, and then they went in. I'm not on the channel.
Yes, okay. So
you go to the last part of that. That's where that one is.
There was an existing, no. Sections of the completed project, no?
Ready towards the end.
B. Inspection of plot 24 Nachivo Place. The team found structures adjoining the tributary channels were partially demolished. The remaining structures are unsafe to stay in that state. Their structure integrity was compromised by the demolition activity. Yes.
And I'm saying who was demolishing it, because that's the one which I think belongs to KCCA, not so. So
who demolished your property?
Honorable Chair, may I restate again, it was demolished by...
Without permission.
Again, I restate that it was without permission.
What have you done?
Thank you. Mr. Chairman.
No, was that offensive to the law?
It was offensive to the law.
What do you do in such circumstances to the individuals that you find acted contrary to the law? Honorable Sibambi, I have not allowed you to access that microphone. It still belongs to me. Yes?
Mr. Chairman, we...
Honorable Kabasharida and Honorable Sibambi, you are out of order. You are protected, Mr. Kigenyi.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we'll seek legal redress in that circumstance.
Thank you very much for the undertaking, but that does not answer my question. The question is, what do you do when someone offends the law? I see you loading property belonging to very, very poor people. You did it recently in Mengo Market. that even as people's chapatis were falling apart, you were not allowing them a moment to collect their chapatis. Your yards are filled with sigiri, cooking stoves, small tables, and so on and so forth. Okay? You destroyed without a warning. You attacked Mango Market. Destroyed the property belonging to those poor people, who you could simply go with a megaphone and say, all of you disappear, remove your property and walk away with it. What happened to the human face that government is supposed to have? Now here you're saying you will undertake legal redress. Are you in charge?
Yes, we are.
Good.
Thank you.
You're in charge of the law breaking as well. You're also in charge of the law breaking in Kampala.
No, Mr. Chairman.
By omitting to take action against a lawbreaker, are you not complicit? Are you just overwhelmed?
We are not.
Yeah. I'm continuing on that. I wanted that clarification.
The impression that these people are not simply in police custody, they were arraigned in court and have been remanded. But we also have the pictorial evidence of the state.
Honorable Kasolo, you either take your seat or exit.
Honorable Chair, when we were issuing the demolition permit, we attached the status of the buildings as is to make the case for the necessity for the demolition. May I please, with your permission, tender this permit which has more ingredients in it for...
Proceed.
Earlier on, the ED said it's a developer, meaning they have a contractual agreement between Kiham Enterprise and KCCA.
No doubt.
And now he's saying he's not sure. He's not sure of the relationship they have between Kiham and KCCA.
No, he didn't say that.
Maybe, Mr. Chairman, by the time they came to approve a demolition of a compromised structure, it means they had approved the plans, as he said. Maybe can we know...
They approved the plans relating to Nachivubo Channel.
Not plot 24.
Not plot 24. The report speaks for itself, and he has said it.
So
let us stick to what he has said. Yeah.
So what is the relationship
between
Kiham and KCCA on plot 24?
He is a demolisher who was allowed to complete the job he started irregularly. I think it's clear.
Chair, thank you, Chair. It need to be very clear. Who owns, as of today, plot 24?
Plot 24 is part of Nachivubo, part of St. Balkudembe.
Who owns plot 24?
It is KCCA.
KCCA. Have you leased or sold this to the person who is developing?
No.
So how did the person start demolishing if you have not leased, you have not sold?
How the person started is by entering onto the land with equipment. That one is not a hard question to
answer.
The question is, after someone has done it, what you have done. But I think it's also pertinent to. It is also pertinent to answer the question that has been raised by the Honorable Nsibambi. Honorable Nsibambi asked a question which I asked earlier, but now he has put it better. Do you have the title for this land, for plot 24? KCCA.
I can confirm if I was given opportunity, but I believe so.
He can even call KCCA inventory. Do you have a title? Just make a call. But you have titles for all the land neighbor in the neighborhood. Just call your...
Chair.
When you have a piece of land as KCCA, who gives away this land in the event that you want to lease it out? Who sits and takes that decision? You can be helped by people around.
Yeah.
No. Don't confuse my witness. And by the way, Mr. Kigenyi, do not answer any question out of panic. Do not feel stampeded. I have that duty to protect you as my witness.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was looking over to
Akena?
Akena, but he's a...
Akena, you have escaped. He's there coming. Okay, you are looking over to?
I was looking over my shoulders to...
Why I find it easier to call Akena is because he's my land friend, unlike Okupa. Yes, so please receive assistance from your officers.
Can you please rephrase the question for him?
Who sits down to take that decision?
Under the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets Act, the user department will then raise a requisition for a disposal process, which then is submitted to the Procurement and Disposal Unit. They prepare the terms of reference for the particular disposal. If there is need for an advert, it will go out. If there is a need for a direct method of disposal, that one also has a particular procedure which is followed. And ultimately, a submission is made to the Contracts Committee.
In short, you follow the PPDA.
Correct.
Good. So, in this case, that procedure has never been followed. Mr. Kigenyi, back to you. You have received the assistance you needed from...
Mr. Chairman, the issue is not about whether this land has been given away or not.
Correct.
The issue here is the illegality that was occasioned on the public property, for which 4 persons were arrested and arraigned in court, and from whom we now know on whose behalf they were
You know the
acting.
principle.
Yes. That is why I could make the...
But you're already dining with the principle.
No. Yes, sure.
Okay, Chair, thank you very much. Because the issue here is not